I would like very much if everybody around me became Muslim, if my friends, if my family. But unfortunately, no, they didn't. Uh, my mom, nor my grandmother, my family, they didn't felt like me. The necessity to search to God. They were satisfied with their beliefs and their lifestyles, and you know, inshallah, someday, who knows? Who gives guidance is Allah. If someone reverted to Islam, it's by the will of Allah. It's His blessing, it's His hidayah. We can only speak, but only Him can give guidance to people. I try to speak about this with my relatives and some friends, but unfortunately they prefer to keep with their own beliefs, and the same way they accepted me, I try to accept them. But I pray that inshallah they will receive guidance too. My close friends, I tried only to attach myself to people more with a mentality more closer to mine. I never made friends with normal Brazilian people. So my friends weren't the type that went to parties and drank. Most of my friends were people who liked to study. Because the knowledge about Islam isn't very good in Brazil, people don't know much about it. So they don't know, they are ignorant. Yes, they know because most of my friends were people who studied, they went to college. Most of my friends went to the history college as well. So they knew something. They knew there is the Islamic religion. They believe in the Prophet Muhammad, but they don't know exactly what we preach, what we believe. And sometimes they asked me questions. Oh no, could you explain who is Muhammad? Is he like Jesus? Is he, or no? Could you tell what's the Islamic vision of Jesus, of Buddha, of this and that? And sometimes they were curious to know more, and I was very happy to try to explain them what I knew. I'm one of my friends, one of my closest friends. He even asked me to he's a teacher in a school, and he asked me to look in the school books to see the material about Islamic history, if it's correct, if it's not, and he asked me to give him some advices for when he needed to teach kids about the history of Islamic people. I try to help him, it's good. From my family, my sister is the one who, she was influenced by the media. She thinks that Islam oppressed women. And I try to say her, no, that's not like that. Alhamdulillah, she came to Turkey a couple months ago for my wedding, and she saw that there is no oppression people here. No one's oppressed Muslim women, like my wife wore hijab for choice. No, alhamdulillah, she got away with the prejudices, and now she knows more about that what the media says about Islam is not true at all. Islam in Brazil is unknown. People don't know about Islam because they have connections with some interest groups that receive money from parties and people who have an agenda against Islam. Why they are like this, I don't know. I don't have this knowledge, but from what I see in the news, like in Brazil, there are some magazines, for example, they always say something bad against Islam. Like there's no necessity to say like this, but they always say why. I believe that's because they have an agenda against Islam, because maybe there is some financier, some company, that the owner of this company may be against Islam by some reason, and they pay them to make a reportage against Islam. My mom came here to Turkey too for my wedding, and she's more open-minded to Islam, but also she's not very interested. She has her lifestyle, her beliefs, and she's satisfied with it. Because sometimes she asks me, some program in the TV saying about Islam, about Muslims, and she called me to explain, is this true, is this not true? So I try to explain to her what we really believe, what we really think. So she has, alhamdulillah, because I can explain to her, she has let's say, she do not believe in what the media say. She has a more right knowledge about Islam. Like, unfortunately, Muslims in Brazil, the ones who want to do something for Islam, they don't have the means, because they are normal people, poor people, or working people. They don't have much time or money to work to spread the knowledge about Islam to people. And the ones who can, the ones who have money, the big Islamic organizations, they don't want. They are satisfied to like, they turn the Islamic associations into cultural associations. So they are not interested, unfortunately, to do a big work to spread the true knowledge about Islam. So there are very rich people who are Muslims in Brazil. There are some organizations in Brazil who make very good money, like with business, Islamic institutions that have business with Islamic countries for like halal food, and they have big money, but unfortunately they don't know nothing. They could perhaps make a TV program. Like in Brazil, we have many evangelicals, Protestant evangelical associations, churches. How they spread? They began small. When they had money, they began to produce small magazines and distribute. When they had more money, they bought a time in television, 1 hour in the late night, 2 o'clock in the morning. And it began to slowly increase. And now the Protestant people are 25% of Brazil. They began less than 1%. Maybe Brazilian Muslims could learn from their history and began to do some work to spread Islam like this. Now, you don't have to begin big. You don't have to create your own TV to spread Islam. You can begin like in the big magazines. Say, okay, can we have one page in our magazine to do a reportage about Islam every month? You go to a TV station and ask, can we buy 1 hour per week, 1 day a week, 1 hour to do a program about Islam? Oh, and we have internet now. Through the internet, it's almost free, and it has a very large reach that you can use. So there are many things we can do, but we need more organization. Unfortunately, the Brazilian community in Islam is not organized. It's very disorganized. So we are very little, with little money and without organization. So it's difficult to do a proper work of dawah. Islam is increased a lot in Brazil. 10 years ago, the census was done in Brazil, and it was discovered there was 20,000 Muslims in Brazil. It's official statistics. And in 2010, 2 years ago, they made another census, and this number increased from 20,000 to 35,000. It almost twice as much. Why? Because people are reverted to Islam. Brazilian people, they are not Arabic, not Pakistanis, not Turkish, not Brazilian people. They are choosing Islam. Why?